Well, the way he took over the city. The Knicks were in the doldrums. Star players were injured. They weren't playing well. They were playing a little below 500.
I'm really aggressive, and so I just told myself I want to make sure I keep doing what I think is my strength. Let it be, let it be.
その時、地は混沌であって、闇が深淵の表にあり、神の霊が水の表を渡っていた。神は言われた。光あれ。こうして最初の光があった。神が混沌の現代に使わした光はこの若者だったのか。
But like the Bible says, God works everything for the good of those who love Him, and so I'm just thankful that I'm able to be here right now with this team.
ニューヨーカーが熱狂した奇跡の50日間。これまで NBA では全く相手にされていなかったアジア人が放つ強烈な光がバスケットボール界のみならず低迷するアメリカ経済に希望を与えた。
He owned New York.
ジェレミー・リン。果たして彼は何者なのか。奇跡の50日間を追った。アメリカの象徴ニューヨーク。この街が愛してやまないバスケットボールチームがある。ニューヨークニックス。優勝はまだ2回ながらも常に人気は NBA トップクラス。ニューヨーカーの心の根底にまで入り込んでいるまさにマンハッタンのモンスターチームだ。しかし戦績はというと近年は低迷続き。絶大な期待に応えようと毎年スーパースターを補強し挑むが結果につなげることができていない。今シーズンもニックスは開幕からつまずいた。4年総額およそ45億円で獲得したチャンドラーもチームにフィットしていなかった。ニックスを長年見続けてきた CNN アンカーマンラリー・キングはこう語る。
The Knicks were in the doldrums. Star players were injured. They weren't playing well. They were playing a little below 500. And the New Yorkers demand the best, and suddenly...
それは開幕から1ヶ月で早くもヘッドコーチ解任の噂が出るほど優勝を狙うには程遠いチーム状態にやはり今年もそうなのかとニューヨーカーは嘆いた。
Well, New York is a basketball town, and the Knicks had struggled in previous years, and then Amari Stoudemire signed in 2010, and the Knicks traded for Carmelo Anthony early in 2011, and then this season there were very high hopes, and they added Tyson Chandler, and they had these three bigs in the front court, but the team still struggled out of the gate, and a lot of it did have to do with the lockout, and that it was a new team. These were players that had never played with each other, just forced to play together in such a short amount of time. So the Knicks were searching for something to get them going, something to get more wins.
絶望の淵に追い込まれていたニックス。しかし2月4日、ニュージャージーネッツ戦、ついに救世主が現れる。それは全く予期せぬ男だった。ジェレミー・リン、23歳。NBA では珍しいアジア系。名門ハーバード大学出身という異色の経歴。怪我人が多く仕方なく招集された無名選手だ。だが一夜にしてその名は歴史に刻まれた。ポイントガード、つまり司令塔であるリンはある時は巧みなパスで味方を生かし またある時は自ら切り込みゴールを決める。それはまさしく神がかっていた。大柄な NBA 選手の中では華奢に見えるが、リンは屈強な敵のブロックも気にしない。抜群のボディバランスでゴールを量産していく。途中出場ながら25得点7アシスト、20得点すれば好記録の NBA で、その数字は驚異的だ。
What is it you saw in Jeremy's game tonight to give you the minutes that you gave him?
I didn't see much. Wish he played a little bit better.
ロッカールームも興奮していた。押しかけた報道陣にリンも当惑。
Let me get like two. I'm gonna get dressed.
Congratulations. How you doing?
Good. I'm a little overwhelmed right now.
What'd you see out there?
Just us playing hard, basically. I mean, guys, the starters, they played hard for the third night in a row. And,
They're rust out there after not playing for a long time?
well, I mean, I'll feel it tomorrow, but in terms of, working on my jump shot, getting comfortable, slowing down a little bit, even on some of my finishes and some of the looks, I really have to go back into the film and look at what I missed.
Jeremy, how do you react when the crowd is kind of chanting your name there in the fourth?
I'm just thankful to God for everything. It's been a different preseason for me, just getting waived by Golden State, going to the Rockets and getting waived there. But like the Bible says, God works everything for the good of those who love Him. And so, I'm just thankful that I'm able to be here right now with this team.
What was it like being mobbed by your teammates at the end of the game in the middle of the Garden?
I don't know. This night, it just hasn't really sunk in yet, to be honest. It's like I'm still kind of in shock about everything that happened. But, I'm just trying to soak it all in right now.
Jeremy, did you sleep on Landry's couch last night? And if so, he said he's taking credit for tonight's game.
Yeah, I didn't have a place to stay last night. So I slept I slept on Landry's couch, so thank you to Landry for hosting me. I think I might just move in with him.
Oh, it definitely helps. When you can get a guard in the paint, it makes the defense react. And now it's easier for shooters. It's easier for guys like Melo, Stat to drive. It's easier for myself, to catch alley-oops because he's putting a threat to the defense.
Do you think Jeremy would be like the missing piece that you guys would,
I hope so. The way he played tonight, if he can keep that consistent, he could fill a role similar to what, J.J. Barrera has been filling in this league for years.
Like that.
Thank you, Tyson.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There was talk amongst the staff and the front office of the Knicks that they may release Jeremy Lin because of the situation with his contract, the way he was signed. And the head coach at the time, Mike D'Antoni, said, you know what, let's give him a chance. Let's put him out there, let other teams see him, or maybe he could get something going for us.
解雇寸前。前日の夜にはチームメイトのソファーで寝起きをしていた男が翌日の新聞を埋め尽くした。その興奮は社会現象とまでなるある言葉を生み出した。熱狂を意味するインサニティという単語に彼の名リンを組み合わせ生まれた言葉、リンサニティ。その言葉は瞬く間にニューヨーク中に広まった。かつてなき熱狂とともに。リーマンショック以降、混迷を極めるアメリカ経済。それはアメリカの象徴、ニューヨークを直撃した。近年はヨーロッパの通貨危機も重なり、ニューヨーカーの気持ちは暗く沈む一方である。しかもそこに追い打ちをかける事態が。労使交渉の決裂でNBA がロックアウトに突入。バスケットボールに希望を求め 開幕を心待ちにしていたファンは落胆した。
New Yorkers demand the best, and suddenly this young man comes along. He played on 2 other teams, been cut by 2 other teams. No one ever heard of him.
ニューヨーク中が待ちわびていたヒーロー。彼の登場は人々の心を躍らせた。しかし体格的に劣るアジア系が NBA で成功するには大きな壁があったのも事実だ。ジェレミー・シューハウ・リン。誕生日はくしくも現役最高プレイヤーと言われるコービー・ブライアントと同じ。10年に1人の選手という言葉があるが、コービーのちょうど10年後、台湾出身の両親のもとカリフォルニアに生まれた。サンフランシスコ近郊の町パロアルトで育ち、幼少期からごく自然にバスケットボールへの情熱を募らせたリン。敬虔なクリスチャンとして知られ、幼い頃から地元の中国系キリスト教会に通う毎日だったという。
You know, when Jeremy was 14 and I was just the youth counselor here at this church, and one of the things that I knew that he was interested in was basketball, and that was it. You know, Steve, I'm gonna grow up one day, and I'm gonna be over 6 feet tall. I'm gonna dunk on somebody, and that's what I want to be able to do. I want to make it to the NBA. Even at that young age, he had that desire and that passion, and sure enough, he grew over 6 feet. He grew strong, and he developed his skill, and you know, he really is in the NBA. So and he's dunked. So yeah, all of those things that God has blessed him with.
地元のパロアルト高校に進学し、バスケットボールに熱中したリン。その母校には今、誇らしげなこんな横断幕が。
Not nearly as outgoing as he is now. He was very, not a real big guy, and very focused on, you know, really 3 things: his schoolwork, basketball, and his church. And was very, very organized and disciplined, and really was very committed to all 3 of those things.
華奢な体ながらリンはめきめきと頭角を現す。それはバスケットボールの実力にとどまらず、チームリーダーとしても非凡な才能を発揮した。
It was the championship for Northern California, and we started the game very poorly. And Archbishop Mitty jumped on us, and we're up by like 19 points. And Jeremy was able to sort of like reignite that, I think, at that timeout in the beginning of, or the later part of the first quarter. And we sort of overcame a lot of the problems we were having, and ended up pulling it close, and eventually winning the game. So I think that was one of the really poignant moments, when Jeremy's just showing his leadership in my experience with him.
キャプテンとなった高校3年の時には見事ディビジョンで優勝を飾る活躍。だが黄色人種である彼に大学からスカウトの声がかかることはなかった。スポーツ奨学金制度を利用できなかった彼は、自分の力でアメリカ最難関とも言われるハーバード大学に現役で合格し、経済学を専攻。もちろんバスケットボールは続けたが、ここでもアジア系の体格的ハンデに苦しんだ。
Jeremy, what I remember the most about Jeremy was he was very good, you know, obviously, but he was just weak. You know, he was coming in as a high school freshman. I mean, as a college freshman, and you know, he needed to gain strength. And once he did that, his game blossomed to a whole new level. He always had the ability. I just don't think he had the strength to back that. And I still look at him when I see him on TV and see how big his shoulders look right now compared to when he was as a freshman. He's really put a lot of work into becoming a stronger individual. I used to joke around with him. I used to work out with the guys when they did their strength training, and he was the weakest guy on the team, and I used to always make fun of him. I took him out as a senior for breakfast, and the first thing he said to me when we sat down for breakfast, I am the strongest guy on the team. He was a kid that always took something that was his weakness and make it into a strength.
体力づくりに励み、さらに実力を増した大学時代。名門私立大学8校が加盟する IB リーグで通算1450得点、450リバウンド、400アシスト、さらに200スティール以上を記録した選手はリンが史上初である。またキャンパスライフではこんなビデオを制作し遊んでいた。
Oh shoot, I forgot a book.
What the heck?
And one.
Okay, Jeremy, 6 times 6.
36.
9 times 8.
72.
Show us 211 times 98.
彼の周りにはいつも笑顔があふれていた。大学卒業時もドラフトにはかからず、トライアウトで地元ゴールデンステイトウォリアーズに入団。しかし今シーズン直前に解雇。その後ヒューストンロケッツと契約するも練習もできず去ることに。だがそんな数々の逆境も全て彼をニューヨークニックスへと誘う神が与えた道筋だったのかもしれない。ロックアウトの影響で強行スケジュールとなった今シーズン。リンの衝撃的な登場から3日目、ニックスはユタジャズと対戦した。その日、ある決断が下された。
What have you thought about Jeremy Lin?
Yeah, at the game time we'll make that decision, but I'm leaning toward him. Yeah,
To
starting.
Yeah.
成績不振で解雇の噂もあったダントーニヘッドコーチの決断は、試合前にはまだ2軍専用コートにいたリンをスターティングメンバーで起用すること。前回活躍したとはいえ、無名選手を先発に起用するのはある意味大きな賭けだった。
Your next start here or next performance?
Win, basically. That's what our team needs right now. So whatever it takes to win is all we're worried about. No one's really looking at individual numbers at this point.
How do you take starting now? I mean, is it a different mentality?
It's the same thing for me. Just get on the floor and play my game and try to help the team win. And I'm not really worried about starting, not starting, how many minutes I play. Just try to control it, when I play.
What did that game do for you?
It gave me confidence, obviously, but at the same time, it was just helpful because I was able to get experience with my teammates, build some type of chemistry, and hopefully we can keep the momentum up.
And that next game is when Lin started against the Utah Jazz, and that's really when Linsanity just started to take off.
静かに、それでいて心の中では激しく闘志をたぎらせているかのようなリンの表情。この直後、マジソンスクエアガーデンに詰めかけた観客は彼が紛れもなくニックスの救世主であることを確信した。
You're talking about 10 of 17, 1 of 3 from the three-point line. He ended up with 8 assists and 28 points, and down the stretch he was huge. He made the right plays at the right time, and you kind of take your hat off to him because he's an underrated player in this league.
それはまるで魔法だった。リンの手に渡ったボールは吸い込まれるように高さ3メートル5センチにあるリングを通過する。 極めつきはこのプレー。ショットクロックと同時に放ったスリーポイントが見事に決まり、体勢は決した。試合時間はまだ残されていたが、点差の離れた相手は完全に戦意喪失。残り20秒。戦列を離れていたチームの大黒柱カーメロ・アンソニーにタイムアップ前からこの表情。最後は会場中が試合終了を待たずにスタンディングオベーションに沸いた。リンは先日のネッツ戦を上回る28得点8アシストを記録。ロッカールームにはまたもや報道陣が殺到した。
The energy that you guys are getting off the crowd seems to be significant.
I mean, that's huge. I think that's what home court advantage is all about. You know, we have our crowd behind us. You know, with positive energy, it just changes the course of the game, and you can feel it, you can hear it.
そしてリンの控室での取材が禁止になるほどまでに熱狂が加速したのだ。一人のアジア系アメリカ人にニューヨーク中が探し求めていた何かを見つけたようだった。飛ぶように売れたのはチームグッズだけではない。リンバーガーにリンクッキー、マティーニならぬリンティーニまでも。これぞまさにリンサニティ。子供から大人までもう夢中。ニューヨークの街角にも17番があふれた。
It happened so quick. Everything was get your Linsanity shirts, do Lin that, Lin this, and you saw with the prices of everything and what people were talking about. And, you know, people in my family who don't care about basketball, they went, what's this deal with Jeremy Lin? My mom wanted to know about Jeremy Lin. I mean, everyone wanted to know. And, you know, it was this fascinating story from a million different angles, so everyone could relate to it. And in a city of such diversity like New York, it hit at the perfect time.
驚異的スピードで広がったリンサニティは単にスポーツの世界にとどまらなかった。ニューヨークという街が認めたヒーローは時として社会にまで影響を及ぼす。経済評論家リチャード・テューローはこう語る。
Well, you know, what's interesting is the economy has improved some since Linsanity started, right? So the January unemployment, I mean, he's not attributed to it, but it's a kind of a mirror. And I think, you know, maybe part of his excitement in the media has been a wanting during hard times for a positive story.
例えばニューヨークの新規雇用者数、リンサニティ後の2月は前月から 20% アップ。ニックスの親会社であるマディソンスクエアガーデンの株価は 15% 上がっている。また今シーズンからニックス戦のテレビ中継を打ち切っていたタイムワーナーが急遽中継再開を決定。リンサニティの経済効果はまさに尋常ではなかった。さらにホワイトハウスまでもがリン選手の活躍ぶりには大統領も注目し、今では彼の熱狂的ファンでリン選手に対して強い思い入れを抱いていると異例のコメントを発表した。
The number of restaurants and small businesses in Chinatown, because they have parties at the restaurants to watch the basketball games, especially while there was a blackout with Time Warner. The NBA, he sold a lot of jerseys, and so that incremental revenue from all those jerseys go into the NBA organization, and they use that money to bail out the teams at the lower end of the spectrum. So, you know, him being there specifically, we know this, they've sold out, and normally those arenas would be anywhere between 30 and 50% empty. Any other Knicks game.
It was tremendous. One, they started to win. Two, he was exciting to watch. Three, you combine those two things with his story, the impact was tremendous. He owned New York.
劇的に変化した自分を取り巻く環境。リン自身はどう感じていたのか。
The attention is definitely a blessing and a curse at the same time. I'm very thankful to all the fans and the media and everyone, just what they've done, and sometimes it can be a little overwhelming, but I recognize this is a unique opportunity. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and many people, everybody would love to be in this position.
Lin puts it up. Bang!
I'm going to enjoy this entire process, and when I look back, when I'm done playing, I'm just going to say I went as far as I could.
まさに時代の寵児となったジェレミー・リン。しかし、一つ疑問が湧く。ニューヨークはなぜこのアジア系の若者にそれほど熱狂したのか。屈強な NBA 選手の中では線の細いアジア系の肉体。それでも彼が大型選手に当たり負けしないのは体幹、つまり体の根幹の強さにある。リンは球際の強さにも定評があるが、ファールを受けながらもゴールを決められるのは強靭な体幹があってこそ。その肉体はこれまでのアジア系選手の常識を覆す桁外れの強さだ。